Bex here, and today is a very exciting day. It is Thursday the 22nd of February, and later this evening the tickets are going to be going on sale for EUIC for competitors and spectators. I'm hoping for competitor, but if not, I'm happy to take spectator, and I will put in a clip at the end of this video whether I was successful in getting competitor. You'll be able to find out what type of badge I got. But for those of you that are unaware, what is EUIC? So EUIC stands for the European International Championships, and it's going to be held in London again this year. It was there last year, and it's at the Excel Centre in London, and it's a 3-day event where players from all around the world can come and join in with the Pokemon TCG, VG, Pokemon Go and Pokemon Unite. So it's going to have so many players from so many different games, so many divisions, because it's set in 3 types of divisions. You have juniors, seniors and masters, and that all depends on kind of what year you were born, how old you are. Of course, if you're kind of over the age of 18, you are a master, but you get to see so many young ones who are trying to get their way up the ranks. It's very, very cute. When I used to teach a kids club, so many of them were vying for that spot to get to the top. So yeah, it's awesome. But there's not just the competitions going on, there's lots of things called side events. So you've got like mini games and different ways to play the Pokemon, like TCG and VG. You've got things like Gym Leader Challenge, created by Andrew Mahone. You have raid format, you have Stardust Race. There's so much stuff. What I'll do is in the description below, I will put down all the ways to play Pokemon. There's an alternative Pokemon booklet that I will link in the description below. With VG, you can do things like make sandwiches, and yeah, that was at Liverpool Regionals. It was so fun. I'm not too sure on things to do with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Unite because I haven't done those myself, but I know that there are games for all types of areas of Pokemon. And also they do a Pokemon pop-up, and that's going to be from Pokemon Center pop-up, I should say. That's going to be from the Thursday to the Sunday, because on the Thursday is what's called badge pickup. So competitors, especially in the Masters division, have to pick up their badges on the Thursday, and then other divisions like the juniors and the seniors, I think, are able to do it on the Friday. Please check the Pokemon EUIC website, which I will also link below, to know when you have to pick up your badge, when you have to register and things like that. But yes, for TCG, which is what I'll be going for, which means trading card game, I will have to pick up my badge on the Thursday. Even if I'm spectating, I will do the same, because it's always fun vibe going on the Thursday, seeing all the people coming from different places, meeting them, and it's really hype, it's really fun. But yeah, the Pokemon Center will be open from the Thursday to the Sunday this time, and I think they do that because with games starting on the Friday, there has been complaints in the past that lots of the exclusive items get sold out, and if people are competing and the shop only opens on the Friday, then people are unable to get the exclusive merch that they would really like to get. So I'm praying to get a spot on the Thursday, but the booking system for the Pokemon Center is not out yet. They will be doing booking slots, and it's normally done by phone number. You go onto a website, type in your phone number, and then you can pick a sort of hour slot to go into the Pokemon Center. And that is not up yet, but as soon as it's up, I will post on my Instagram. So at Pixelmon Center Lady, spelled exactly the same as my YouTube. So if you want to go and give me a follow, that would be awesome. But what I wanted to talk about today is, what will I be taking to EUIC? What do I take to events when you go and play Pokemon? What is going to be in my bag? So speaking of the bag, I will be using my Worlds London backpack. Got this in 2022 when Worlds came back, because London was announced for 2019, and then we discovered what happened there when it comes with COVID. So Worlds came back in 2022, and I was very happy to get this backpack. You normally see a lot of people carrying this size. For the Excel Centre, you're not allowed to take in things like big baggage, and when I say that, means like hold luggage that you would take on a plane, but this style of backpack is perfect because it kind of fits everything in. It's got so many different pockets, so you can fit all what you want. So let's start with what I will have. So obviously the most important thing for me, I would like to enter the TCG, so let's just hypothetically say I've got my ticket, yay! So I definitely need a deck. So a Pokemon standard deck is 60 cards, and you can sort of choose whichever deck you would like. You don't have to have a specific deck. There are loads of websites that can help you with building decks. One that I like to use is limitlesstcg.com, and it gives you lots of stats. So the deck I'm sort of running at the moment, it's no secret, I am playing Charizard EX, and if you wanted to find out types of builds that are doing well, you can go on the website, type in Charizard EX, it gives you the rundown of the most popular cards that are in the deck, who's played the deck the most and who's had a good success rate. One player I'll mention, Azul Garcia Griego, one of my favourite players. He's piloted Charizard quite a lot, but I know with rotation coming up, which will be a separate video, look out for that. I know that the types of decks are going to be changing, so I will definitely be playing Charizard, but I haven't quite decided which type yet. But that is my deck, and I will always have that on me. I don't really have a second deck. I would always say that that's always a good option, but I do have my double deck box from London as well. Shout out to Palette TK on Instagram for helping me get this. I lost my deck box when I moved, and I was very sad, but I was very happy to get this from Palette TK on Instagram, so big thanks to you, and that is a very important thing to have. Now, the website says that sleeves and playmats are sort of like encouraged, that's the word they used. As you would have seen on my deck, I had green sleeves. Now I've been playing with that a little bit, and it's always good to look out that your sleeves are unmarked, undamaged, and very clean, because what they do is sometimes they do deck checks, and if they check your deck and they deem that your deck, the sleeves are sort of marked in any way, or they've got like a wear and tear that shouldn't be there, you could get penalties to do with the deck. So it's always good to look at the sleeves. If you're quite confident, then that's great, but it's always good to have another box of sleeves with you in your bag in case you feel you need to change. I love using Dragon Shield, they are amazing. This is the Nebula colour, which is a very nice sort of purple. I've got the green, and hopefully that'll be good enough. In terms of the playmats, here we have my playmat holder. So I haven't quite decided what playmat I want to use yet, but what I've done here is the Pixel playmat that I got recently. I have got this here, so this would be my playmat, and I put it in my holder and it stays nice and clean in my bag, ready to play the game. Along with that, they also say to have something like a notebook, because you are allowed to make notes during the match. So sometimes on the streams you'll see people writing things down, and that is because they will go through their deck and try and discover what cards they have put in their prizes. So it's always good to have a notebook and a pen, so you can kind of figure out how you are going to play the game by what cards are in your prizes. It's a very good strategy. It's something I've not really done, but I'm going to take a notebook and pen just so I'm prepared. Then it's also good to have dice and markers. I forgot to put my V-Star marker in here, but I'm sure a lot of you know what they look like. So in terms of dice, we know that with the Pokemon Elite Trainer boxes, you do get numbered dice, starting from 10 going up to 180. They are okay to use, they are more than fine to use, but a lot of the time it's recommended that you just use a normal D6 like this, and what you'll do is, like a 6 will mean 60 damage. So if your Pokemon is damaged to 120, you can just show it like this. A lot of the major players around the world use this thing, so that's why I've got a load of little D6 dice. in here. I do have some Elite Trainer box dice, but that's purely for starting the game, rolling heads or tails or odds or evens, whichever way you want to say it. And then a big shout out to my friend Poison Puddle on Instagram, because these are my Squirtle ability counters. Going on to TCG Play will be a separate video, but basically certain Pokemon cards have the word ability, and if you want to use it, sometimes players just switch their card to the side a little bit, but other ways to show it is using counters to put it on the card, and that shows you and your opponent that you've used the ability. And of course, Squirtle's my favourite Pokemon, as we all know, so this is what I use to show my abilities. And I did have a bigger tin, but I've decided to switch to the lovely little Panda Mouse tin because it's easy to put in my bag, nice and small, and that will stay there. When you collect your badge, it's always important to have a form of identification. So I will use my passport, bring that along with you. They don't always ask, because if you have your reference number kind of ready, but there are times they will say, oh, can I just see your ID? So it's always good to have something like this. Obviously, if you drive, you can use your driving license, but make sure it does have the same name as your account, first name and surname, otherwise you may get rejected. You will receive a badge like this. So this was my spectator badge from EUIC last year. You can see it says Pokemon Championship Europe, and the theme last year was all about the evolutions. So Espeon and Umbreon were the mascots for the spectators. On the back it says name, and you can put your number. I didn't do that because I knew I would always have it on me. Maybe I should have. I did do that when I went to World and put my name on it, but it might be a good idea just to put some information on it in case you lose it. But you get a lovely lanyard and a spectator badge, and you normally get 2 booster packs when you pick up that as well. I don't know if that's guaranteed every time, but every event that I've been to with London World, Japan World and EUIC Spectating, you get 2 booster packs. But this is what the badge looks like. It's so nice. This year the theme is all about the Paradox Pokemon, so there'll probably be a future or an ancient Pokemon on the badge, which would be cool. But and these are lovely little keepsake memories that you can put up to say, I was there, it was very cool. Make sure you wear your badge at all times. If you go out of the championship hall, then you don't have to wear it, but every time you're about to go into the hall, security are very hot on you wearing your badge, so make sure it is very visible on you. If you do get a bit annoyed, you might be able to have it on a bag, but you just have to make sure it's very visible for the security to see before you go into the championship hall. In case we play some games like in the side events, or we get to find some booster packs and we open them and we manage to get some good pulls, I will always have some sleeves and some top loaders in my bag, just on the off chance, being really optimistic that I'm going to pull an amazing card. And by EUIC, Temporal Forces will be out, so there's so many cards coming out in that set that's going to be useful for play, but there's also some lovely cards like Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, Walking Wake, Iron Leaves. So if any of the special illustration rares are pulled, straight into a sleeve, straight into a top loader. I will also have a trade binder. This is one of my mini Ultra Pro binders. I don't have too many trade cards to trade at the moment, but I do have a few, so obviously I will bring a binder. There are places where you can trade, and it's a good way to interact with the community, so I will have my trade binder. I'll also take some Sharpies, because sometimes YouTubers come over from different places, or some of the casters that I sort of follow with their career and stuff, so I can always grab a card, or maybe even on a playmat, get them to sign stuff. So I'll take some Sharpies just so that they're good for signing. And then if you saw on my Instagram, I posted about some items I got on Valentine's Day, and I mentioned something to do with Charizard. I also take a little mascot. So when I played in the London Open Cup at London Worlds, I was piloting a Flying Pikachu deck, and in that deck was Bidoof and Bibarel. And I had my little Bidoof on the table to give me luck, and he did. So I'm hoping I can take my lovely little Charizard, sit him next to me, and yeah, he'll give me some good luck. Now, a good point was made by someone I know to say like, oh, if you put that on the table, is it going to be sort of a giveaway of what you've got? For me, entering EUIC is not a way to kind of, I'm not looking to win. Now doesn't mean I don't have confidence in myself, but I haven't done a lot of professional playing of Pokemon for quite a while. I was out the scene for quite a bit, so I am doing this to gain the experience, have fun playing the game I love, and you know what? If I lose every game, I really don't care. I'm just so excited to be able to say that I was at EUIC, I was playing the game, so I'm going to take Charizard and he's going to be my best buddy for the weekend. So that is what I would put in my bag. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if you can think of anything else that you would put in your bag when you take it to a tournament. Other things I haven't got with me that I'd probably mention is that a lot of the time the Masters division doesn't get a scheduled lunch break. Now you might think that's like out there, like outrageous, but we have a lot of rounds to get through. There's going to be a lot of people entering and a lot of playtime is needed. So it's always good to have something like some snacks in your bag, a bottle of water. It cannot go on the table, but you can put it under the table next to your chair, because obviously we don't want any spillages on the cards and stuff like that. But that is what I would take. You'll have to let me know what you think of all of that. I am so excited to see so much stuff that's going on in EUIC. I'm excited to find out who's going to be casting. I love just taking some time just to sit out and watch some of the games, especially the trading card game, because that is where my heart lies. But I do try and catch some of the other things too. The video game gets quite rambunctious, it's quite funny, so many cheering going on, you have no idea what's going on, but I'm always like, woo! But that is my EUIC video. Hopefully it was helpful. Please leave any comments down below of anything that I've spoken about, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys in the next video. As I said, I'm going to leave a clip at the end to see whether I got the competitor ticket or whether I had to sort of concede and go for the spectator ticket, so that will be here. So from me, Pix, I will see you next time in my happy place. So I couldn't do this at 7 because it was too stressful and everything, but I got in! Yay! I'm going to be competing at EUIC. I am so excited. As I said in the video, I don't even care if I get loads of losses. It's just going to be such a good experience. I'm so excited to do a tournament again, and I'm so much excited to get that swag bag. But just to prove it, there we go. Europe Pokemon TCG International Championships. I'm in along with 2,130 players. Wow, that's going to be huge. But hope you guys got in and got what you wanted. But yeah, so excited.